Glenn Thor seemed to stay very quiet after people criticized him on social media, but he seems to have returned now. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, My Big Fat Fabulous Life. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The big problem that critics have with Season 11 of My Big Fat Fabulous Life revolves around his wife Babs. The funeral was televised and there's been a lot of backlash. His daughter, Whitney Thor, roasted her TLC followers who said nasty things about her grieving old dad. MBFFL Glenn Thor suddenly became a target. Whitney made it clear after critics clapped back at her that her father made the decision to film the funeral. Thereafter, her dad's popularity crashed with a lot of people. Prior to that, he seemed like a sweet support character and people adored him and his wife. Those loyal fans who understand his grief don't really give him a difficult time. However, there are some outspoken people who definitely throw shade at him online. It seems that little sympathy goes the way of people who spend their lives filming for reality TV. Glenn Thor attended a party that Whitey threw to honor his deceased wife. It seemed sweet, but got some terrible backlash. That came when a friend actually wore the wedding dress that Babs wore when she tied the knot. The next thing was that people noticed he seemed to go silent on social media. However, when he started posting, some fans thought that he didn't return. After all, it isn't always easy to know who manages the accounts of reality TV stars. MBFFL Glenn Thor breaks his silence. An Instagram post by Whitney showed a reel where her dad spoke about how wonderful it was that his daughter threw a party for Babs. In the caption, Whitney went off at fans for saying hurtful things about her father. In the video, he talked about how much he appreciated what happened and reminded people how much he missed his wife. Whitney started off by saying, "If you've written one of the thousands of nasty comments I've read regarding the way my family is grieving, I hope you can ask yourself these questions." What followed was a long list of things that people should consider when they criticize what she did for Glenn Thor. It wasn't a video where you do a selfie and seems to have been filmed by Whitney. In part, the questions that she wanted people to ask themselves included: people question who runs Whitney's dad's Instagram. In the comments, Glenn Thor said, "The surprise tribute that Whitney planned with her friends for me was a very wonderful evening for me, and I needed that." Then he thanked his daughter for arranging it. Later, he said in another comment, "This was one of the happiest days I've had since Bab passed." He added, "It was an amazing party that honored Babs in every way." Glenn continued by saying, "I can't wait for everyone to see it." Well, that sounds very sweet. However, people become suspicious that it's actually Whitney who posts. After all, the account only has 9 followers and went private. On Reddit, u/Tealitol opined, "It looks like Whitney deleted his Thor Instagram account and created this new one so that she could pretend to be him and control the narrative with a fresh slate." They added, "Glenn isn't perfect, of course, but being so isolated and controlled by your own daughter is so scary. I feel bad for him, especially as he is older and more vulnerable at this time." What are your thoughts? Do you think that Whitney is controlling her father's account? Or is that a stretch of the imagination? Let us know in the comments below. Come back here for all the news about My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Season 11. In the ever-changing landscape of social media, silence is often deafening. For Glenn Thor, father to the beloved reality TV star Whitney Thor, his sudden absence from the digital realm sent shockwaves through the online community. Known for his candid and humorous posts, Glenn's unexplained disappearance left fans and followers clamoring for answers. In the days and weeks that followed, speculation ran rampant as to the cause of Glenn's social media silence. Some feared the worst, while others held out hope for his eventual return. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, one thing remained clear. Glenn's absence left a void that could not easily be filled. As whispers of Glenn's disappearance spread, speculation mounted as to the cause of his sudden withdrawal from the public eye. For the Thor family, his absence was keenly felt, casting a shadow of uncertainty over their already tumultuous lives. With Whitney's journey chronicled on the hit reality TV show My Big Fat Fabulous Life, MBFFL, the Thor family had become accustomed to life in the spotlight. Yet even as cameras rolled and drama unfolded on screen, the true depth of their struggles remained hidden from public view. For Glenn Throe, the pressure of living life in the public eye had taken its toll. As the patriarch of the Throe family, he felt a responsibility to uphold a certain image, to project an air of strength and resilience even in the face of adversity. Yet, beneath the surface, he grappled with his own demons, struggling to reconcile the expectations placed upon him with the reality of his own imperfections. In a world that often seemed obsessed with perfection, Glenn found himself drowning in a sea of expectations, his every move scrutinized and judged by strangers on the internet. And so, rather than confront the overwhelming pressure head-on, he chose instead to retreat into the safety of silence, seeking solace in the quietude of his own thoughts. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, Glenn embarked on a journey of self-discovery unlike any he had experienced before. Freed from the confines of social media, he found himself reconnecting with the things that truly mattered: family, friends, and the simple joys of everyday life. In the absence of constant scrutiny and judgment, Glenn began to rediscover the man he had once been before fame and notoriety had come knocking at his door. He laughed, he cried, he danced, unencumbered by the weight of expectations that had once threatened to crush his spirit. As Glenn's social media silence stretched on, rumors continued to swirl about the cause of his disappearance. Some claimed he had fallen ill, while others speculated that he had simply grown tired of life in the public eye. Yet, amidst the speculation and conjecture, Glenn remained resolute in his decision to remain silent, determined to find redemption on his own terms. For Glenn, redemption was not found in the spotlight or the glare of the camera lens. It was found in the quiet moments of reflection, in the embrace of loved ones, and in the knowledge that he was enough, just as he was, flaws and all. And then, just as suddenly as he had disappeared, Glenn Throe returned to the digital realm, his social media silence broken by a simple yet profound message of gratitude and renewal. In a heartfelt post, he thanked his fans and followers for their unwavering support, acknowledging the struggles he had faced and the lessons he had learned along the way. As Glenn stepped back into the spotlight, he did so with a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. No longer shackled by the expectations of others, but empowered by the knowledge that his worth was not determined by likes, shares, or comments. And so, as the curtain closed on yet another chapter in the Throe family saga, Glenn stood tall, a beacon of resilience and renewal in a world that often seemed determined to tear us down. His journey was far from over, but with each step forward, he moved closer to finding the peace and redemption he so desperately sought.